Hello, my name is Halandzovskyi. In Ukraine's western city of Lviv, a fresh wave of Russian missile and drone strikes claimed the lives of 7 civilians, including children, according to local authorities. Homes, schools, and infrastructure were hit deep behind the front line, a stark reminder that no region of Ukraine is entirely safe from Kremlin's long-range strike arsenal. If you find this useful, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. And thank you to all of Ukraine's partners for your continued help and support. What we know so far, overnight alarms blared across multiple oblasts. Air raid sirens in Lviv sounded for 2 hours as interceptors launched. Rescue teams arrived at blast sites where residential blocks suffered structural damage and civilians were recovering shattered lives. The mayor confirmed 7 killed and dozens wounded, many treated at regional hospitals. Russian defense channels later claimed successful strikes on military targets. But Ukrainian authorities say most damage was civilian. International media are watching the shift. Western Ukraine is no longer just safe zone, it is increasingly part of the battle space. Here's why this attack matters for Ukraine, Europe, and the alliance supporting Kyiv. First, the scale of penetration. The missiles and drones used tonight demonstrate Russian willingness to reach deep into Ukraine over both frontline and supposedly secure western regions. That forces Ukraine's air defenses to stretch farther, weakening protection near the front and raising costs for Kyiv. Second, the message. When cities like Lviv are attacked, the psychological impact is large. Evacuations, interruption of everyday life, and stress on infrastructure that supports Ukraine's resilient rear. Third, the alliance dimension. Ukraine's Western partners watch closely. These strikes test their commitments. If Kyiv cannot be protected in its interior, how secure are its supply lines, logistics hubs, and refugee routes into the European Union? The event underlines that Ukraine's war is not only fought at the trenches, it is fought in every city that supports the war effort. In response, Kyiv will push harder for more advanced air defense systems, more NASAMS, Patriots, drones, and integrated radar networks. European governments may face pressure to accelerate delivery and upgrade cross-border defense posture. Russia's escalation serves to raise costs and time pressure on Ukraine's supporters. What to watch in the coming days? First, official casualty updates, the final death toll, injury breakdown, infrastructure damage assessment, and number of displaced in the region. Second, Ukraine's military briefing, whether Kyiv will disclose intercepted launch vectors, discuss how the strike arrived so deep, and whether it forces changes in air defense allocation. Third, Western response, announcements of additional air defense aid, faster timelines for delivery, or changes in logistics routes. Fourth, Russia's next move, whether this was a one-off probing strike or part of a broader campaign of deep strikes aimed at Ukraine's western rear and the EU border zone. Bottom line, the night's attack on Lviv is not just another headline. It signals that the battle for Ukraine's security has broader geography, from the front lines to its administrative heartlands. Ukraine and its allies must act accordingly, reinforcing defense, logistics, and resilience behind the lines. Please subscribe and like for clear, verified updates. And thank you again to all of Ukraine's partners for your steadfast support.